what is vandalism?
Right.
Is vandalism just paint on a train, paint on a car, paint on a window, or is vandalism a broken window, a bombed train, like a destroyed car? So that's why I'm cutting these objects.
Okay.
Because I want to tell people, okay, look, usually when you see graffiti, when you see dirty graffiti, you talk about vandalism. Now you can talk about vandalism because this car is not a car anymore. The car lost its function. It became a sculpture. So it's full of history, like in a way you were talking about, like the journey, like the people, the history, the family,
Yes.
very complicated and intense things. But at the same time, it's full of the other history of what happened to this car if, for example, the car was abandoned in a spot, and then 10 years of graffiti guys gonna come and do layers and layers and layers. So there is also this other kind of message that I wanna talk to people. It's just okay, what is vandalism and what is the meaning of like an object and what is the function of the object?
Are we clear though about what vandalism is?
I don't think people are clear with that. Me, I'm clear with that. I know that a broken window has been vandalized because the function is dead and now you have wind in your house and you're cold. Okay. But if I put a tag on this window, okay, you can watch TV and you're not cold, and you know. So, but there is a little border, of course, that I can understand. There is a border, of course.
A gray area.
Exactly.
That happens to be pink or yellow or red or something like that.
And we have lots of problems like that in France, and especially in Toulouse, because it's an historical city, like I told you. And even if you want to change like 1 centimeter of your house, you need to ask like 100 permissions and authorization, and like it's really complicated. But yeah, talking about vandalism, to me it's really important because especially with those days of legal graffiti, almost legal street art and legal walls, what can be still like not aggressive but disturbing people talking about this kind of painting. Yeah, I come from a generation where when I started doing graffiti, there was no graffiti in the street, and people, even when you do a tag, they'd be like, "Oh, that's cool. What are you doing?" Then 90s overdose. Yes. Even if you do like a nice wall, they'd be like, yeah, it's dirty. But because for people, it was reminding them like, I don't know, New York, the gang members, blah, 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 something really dirty.
A general breakdown in social fabric.
Yeah. And then street art area came. Like, okay, it's a new era. It's like, now it's legal. You can do beautiful paintings, most of them like abstract, animals or figurative, like characters. Yes. So I'm trying now to explore what kind of graffiti can still disturbing people, and it's really hard to find this breaking point. Like if I do a garbage can full of graffiti, people like it. If I do a house full of graffiti, people like it. If
I wonder why they like it now. What is resonating with this image that previously would have been so offensive? Why is it feeling appropriate?
I think we are responsible also because most of the graffiti writers, they try to live from their art, so they have to compromise sometimes, and they do like commercial stuff, and they do painting jobs, and they collaborate with brands, and they do stuff like that. So I think it became so popular that in people's mind, graffiti now is cool. Even if you do like dirty tags and something that you try to look like really trash, they'd be like, oh, it's cool now. I like it. So I know that now I'm gonna try to go like further and further and to find something that's gonna be like hard for people to accept. So I'm thinking about religion, about kids, like a little nice room with a baby sleeping full of dirty graffiti, and I want people to say no, not like that.
A little too much.
Yeah, now it's too much because like that's the Virgin, or there is the cross and there is Jesus. And no, not religion. No. But I'm not even sure even it depends the way you are probably showing it.
Well, right, the culture at large has become very desensitized.
Yeah,
right,
by
all manner of media, including ultra-violent media.
True.
So it is kind of difficult to shock.
But it's not only to
but
shock,
you're looking
I think.
to provoke with a purpose, right? You're being provocative, or you would like to be provocative as you search for it. But with a purpose.
Of course.
Can you talk just a little bit about what purpose would this?
The purpose would be just to have people to try to have the good questions. Is like, okay, why today am I accepting this, and why 5 years ago it was like offensive to me?
Yeah.
What happened? Is it just like the context?
Mm-hmm.
So is this garbage can in the street aggressive to me?
Yes.
And if I take it out of the street and put it in a gallery, I want to buy it.
Yes.
So do you think this art is aggressive because you don't understand, and it's aggressive because it's in the public domain, and it's so I just try to people to try to have questions about that, and just realize that they might have their mind kind of tricky about that, they don't have their own vision of that. Their vision have been fucked by publicity, by medias, by many things. So and I don't think I want to shock. I just want to find a point where people, they're gonna make the difference between, it's not street art and graffiti because it's too simple, but what can be accepted and what shouldn't be accepted, And it's not that I want to be this artist who is talking about something that is really illegal, this is dirty, this is blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
No, it's just like, it's almost like a game, and just look, it's so stupid the way you react about what I love, because you just don't understand it. It's just a lack of culture, and that's why. And today you have to say, I love it. Yesterday you didn't like it. Maybe in 2 years you're going to be like, oh no, it's dirty because only like the portraits are nice paintings,
So if I were to interpret what you said just now, it's about the meaning that people attach to specific artworks or specific scenes or symbols.
Yeah.
And you're asking them to examine why they have this perception, where it might have come from, and is it really accurate?
Exactly, because I think the lack of culture is the main reason why today there is some bad things that happen in our world, It's just like, if you look, of course, somebody who doesn't understand about our history, if you look like a Futura piece, and if you look about this kid who is just starting graffiti but is doing like stencil with a young girl with an umbrella and with drips of a rainbow, they're going to be like, I like that, I love, it's so nice.
Yes.
But they will totally like don't pay attention on Futura work because it's just abstract. But behind Futura there is like a huge history, and there is so many talents, and he's like innovative all the time, and I think the way people understand contemporary art is not the way people understand street art and graffiti, because it became something so visual that they just expect a little emotion watching a painting, like boom, oh nice, you see, oh it's beautiful, and that's it. We don't have to think about the history behind that, because it's a visual stuff. It's like an image. It's not a culture. It's not like people with a mind trying to tell us something. It's just like boom, a little. It's like a Facebook, or it's like an Instagram stuff. It's like boom, okay, I got it. I love it. Oh, it's dangerous.
Yeah, it doesn't go deeper.
No, and I think many artists from, not even from my generation, from the young generation, the old generation, many graffiti artists, even street artists, they have many things to say, and they have like many. It's really deep the way they try to find their language during all their career and stuff. And it's so hard to be in competition with people who just show like an Instagram image, like boom.
Well, thank you very much for talking.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
It wasn't 5 minutes.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't 5 minutes.